All right, fellas, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of polishing. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get these polished out because I'm ready to bolt this stuff up to the base plate for the final time. And what we're doing is we're trying out the flits that Steve Whippy had sent me. Just to go over it again, this is what we got here. We're gonna try this out real quick and just see what that does, that tarnish remover. We got steel and chrome polish, so that'll be for the other stuff. And then this is the main, the flits polish that we're going to use. So I thought real quick, let's try this. And I haven't done any polishing on these bars right here. So let's see. Spray on full strength on the surface. Wait up to 1 minute. Do not let dry. Rinse well with water. Huh. Oh, okay, so I thought, let's see, 4. Polish to brilliant shine and protect it with flits polish. Okay, so I thought this was going to be a actual polish. Instant brass and copper tarnish remover. Alright, so I tell you what, it says rinse with water. Rinse well with water. If you get it on another surface, you can neutralize it with water. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see what it does then. I can see it working already. That's pretty cool. Alright, what I'll do is I won't rub it or anything, but I can see it's definitely getting the tarnish off. That's pretty cool. So I'll give this like a minute and I'll go rinse it off in the sink outside and we'll kind of compare it. But yeah, you can see it working. It's doing its magic. Alright, I got a little overspray on the big copper block. You can see the little speckles. That's from this stuff here too. But we'll do a polish on that, so it'll buff and it's going to get it off anyway. All right, so I went and rinsed this off in the sink outside, and you can definitely see that it works pretty dang good. You can see where it ran out the other side there, and I didn't wipe it at all. I just sprayed it and rinsed it off. Now this one, see, I got a little overspray on the block, and instead of rinsing it off, I just kind of wiped it, and you can see what it's doing. It was actually working pretty good on removing the tarnish on it. So what I want to do is we're going to wait on the block itself. What I want to do, see, I got the 2 brushes here. So I always like trying new stuff, and I like things that work good. So Steve says that he loves this flits polish. So what I'd like to do is polish one with the flits. Okay, I'm going to see if it makes that little shine on it like I showed before, and we might do a section of the other one with my Miracle coconut oil cloth and compare it and see if they what kind of results we get out of the two. All right. I think the tarnish remover worked a little easier than this. It's doing much like my my coconut oil stuff that I use. Turns black, and you can definitely see it working. It's getting the tarnish off, and it's bringing the surface to a really nice luster. You can see right there. Go ahead and polish it off now. I don't know if I had mentioned it already, but I've got you in on narrow field of view, so it kind of zooms in on it. So far it's looking really nice. Got that nice mirror chrome plated look to it. Alright, well there you have it. There's a polished bar. There's an unpolished bar right there. So I think in the future, whenever I feel like doing it, we'll be able to use this this stuff right here, the tarnish remover, get down there and just spray the copper off, and probably just use like a wet rag and just wipe it down to make it look decent again. So it's working right there. So, you know, I'm getting really good results with this, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to use the Flitz polish that Steve gave me for this, and we're going to go ahead and get it polished out, okay? That's going to look really nice. That's really the only surface you're going to see sticking out. So we'll make sure we keep this face right here nice and shiny and pretty as time goes on, because the only way you're going to be able to see this is, I had a bunch of guys suggest that I find one of those like bomb inspection mirrors that the security guys use to look underneath the cars. They said I need to invest in one of those things to keep around for whenever I have visitors that want to come by and look at the welding table. That's a pretty good idea. So I think we pretty well got it. It's just every time I grab it, you know, I put more fingerprints on it. So we're going to call that DUN. And I'm happy with it. It's nice and shiny. It's going to look pretty. So, you know, I'll snap some pictures of it to have for my records. And I think that's going to look pretty good bolted down to the base plate of the table. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting it bolted down and seeing how it looks. Well, I wanted to get a shot of it all together before it's flipped upside down. I took some pictures of it. I'm liking it, man. I think it just looks nice. With the semi-gloss black and the nice shiny copper, the new casters, everything's looking good. Just wanted to show you. So it's coming together. I'm gonna, from here, go ahead and I want to get these. I'm gonna start greasing these. I wanted to show you this before I grease it, because it's gonna probably spit some grease out at me, but we're gonna grease those, and I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling this thing. I want to get this down on the ground. I'm gonna do this out here and go ahead and get the column bolted down to it also. And I'll point out that I had a couple guys comment that the placement of the column and the lock handle should probably be 180 away from the ground, and that they made a very good point, and I think that I'm going to do that. That way when I'm using it, the ground will be on the opposite side. You know, you're typically going to want to sit down maybe on the side where the T-handle is, so that you can lock it if you want to, and kind of like the way I showed you in the video. So we'll have the ground block opposite of the lock handle there, okay? So, all right, I'm going to get some more work done on it. I'm going to go ahead and get the oil seal installed, because I'm going to go ahead and get the thing bolted together. So that's the oil seal there, and this will be the first time that I actually put it in here. Okay. Get it started. Okay, there she is. How you doing? Okay, quick update on the welding table. I'm going to show you what I've been doing, working on it today. So, I know you guys really like that finish that I'd put on there with the semi-gloss or satin, whatever you want to call it. It did look really good, but the problem that I had was that was just a primer, and even though the finish looked excellent, I was starting to get, like, just handling it, I was scuffing it up, and it wasn't leaving that nice finish on it. So it started aggravating me. So what I decided to do was just go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and paint it. So it's not going to be satin anymore, it's going to be gloss. I went with the black enamel gloss paint. So what I've done is I've sanded it, so I've got it sanded smooth. I got it. I'm just going to tape up the casters there, and tape up the bushing, and I just got to plug that one hole, and it'll be ready to spray. So I don't know, I might just drop those casters off, but anyway, I was just giving you a quick update. So I've got it sanded down, it's nice and smooth, and what I've got, this is the paint that we're going to use, PPG Fast Dry 35. It's a gloss enamel, and I tried to get it like in a satin or a semi-gloss, and they don't make it like that. But this is some pretty good stuff. We use this at work, and we use this to paint a lot of our parts down there, our cylinders and some other things, and it does good. As long as you lay it down good, it looks really nice. So, and this is an industrial coating right here, so this will work good in the shop. And I'm just ready to get it done, guys. I'm gonna put one last coat on this thing, and hopefully we'll be ready to go. So, all right, let me finish up the touches here, and we'll do a little spraying. I'll probably show you a little clip, you know, of the painting. Okay. All right, let's try it one more time. Okay, that don't look too bad for the first coat. I'm going to let it dry for a little while, and I'm going to come back and do one more coat. I mixed up enough, I know I could get two on there. So hopefully that'll be it after this here. It's looking pretty good. It's definitely shiny, and as it dries, it should lay down a little more flat as it dries. Okay. Well, she's painted. I've got both of the coats of the enamel on there, and it's definitely shiny. Now, I don't know how it's looking in the video, probably about like I'm seeing it. There's dust on it, and that's because it's a very windy day, and I got those oak trees above me. So, you know, it's not the best day to be painting outside, but I really I'm trying to get this thing done. I've got other things I need to do and get started on, and I kind of promised I'd have it done this week, and that's what I'm trying to do. So, you know, the paint's actually dry. This is a fast dry paint, but it hasn't cured yet. So, you know, if I was to put my finger on it, it would probably leave an indentation on my fingerprint. So once this thing really dries, then I'll be able to kind of dust it off and get that stuff off of there. Okay, so one more thing that I'd point out, that's the T-handle there, the lock handle. I almost forgot, but that's what I was going to do, was paint the ends of it. So I taped it all up, got the ends painted, and that'll look good on there too. So okay, paint is done. Need to let it dry. Tomorrow I'm going to try to start putting it all together, putting the shaft back in it and getting the faceplate on it. So you guys will see that too. All right. All right guys, I'm getting ready to drop the shaft down into the base and the column there the final time. Just getting everything set up. I still got to go get the thrust bearing, and I'm going to grease it really good and get it set there. I wanted to use my A-frame because it's a little easier than the cherry picker, but my only downfall that I kind of forgot about until I started doing this was chains. You know, your chains are, for normal everyday work, you don't worry about that chain touching anything. But in this case, every time it touches something like that paint, it leaves a mark, and I don't want it to do that. So I'll be trying to hold the chain back away from it while I drop it down in there. So we'll see. So this is what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and get the thrust bearing ready. All right, we're getting ready to drop the shaft down in there for the final time. I've got the thrust bearing ready. It's all packed with grease, and I have my little plastic shim underneath it, and it's ready to go. I've got my brother Kevin here that's going to help me just kind of keep it centered so that I can work the chains and it'll drop right down in there. And I've got the handle backed out where it'll clear. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. This one. That side down, so. Easier to having somebody hold that.
Yeah,
making sure.
Oh yeah.
Line it up.
Yeah.
I've got the bottom bushing very lightly oiled and a little bit of grease. I got the oil seal on the bottom, and it should slide right through there. Should be it. That's it. First time we've seen it with chrome and the black together.
Yeah.
Smooth as silk. Run that in there. All right. Got the nice little black touches on the T-handle there. All right, well, I appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I got the faceplate up on the horses here, and I'm just giving it one final good polish using those Norton Rapid strips before I put it on the actual base plate and shaft. I wanted to get this done before we put it on there so it don't get it real dirty. But it's It's got just a little bit of surface rust on it and just gotten dirty because I had oiled it whenever I did it last time. So I'm just going to try to get it cleaned up some, and then after that we'll screw it down on there. All right, we got it all polished up, blown off real good, blew the threads out good, blew the threads out of that. We got a little bit of whey oil on them, and getting ready to screw it down. Like it's starting? I think it is, ain't it?
It is.
Loose on the chain. Okay. Hold it. I think we're good to go, ain't we?
Yeah. Maybe.
Alright.
You want to run a few more threads down on it?
Okay. I just don't want to jam them together.
Alright. That should be good. It should be
Yeah.
a good thread.
Go ahead and lock a couple of the casters here. All right, we got the shaft locked, so we'll get her down there close, and then we'll give it a little spin. Go ahead and lock her on there. And what we'll do is just get it down kind of close, and you can look at the bottom
Yeah.
and see how close you are. So you still got a good inch. That last thread you want to, all right, right about there, you want to kind of grab it, give it a spin. There it is. Should be good enough.
Cool.
Damn, I got it tight. There it is. You feel it? Give it a spin.
What's that? This? Nice.
I spin it on the shaft now. Feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
It's nice and solid.
Nice and smooth.
All right, there it is. It's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it inside, and we're gonna go ahead and rub a little bit of oil on this so that it don't start flashing on me. And then the next phase I got to do is get the ground straps bolted on and the oilers. So you'll see that too. All right, guys, I moved inside. There it is there, and getting ready to put everything on. So what I wanted to do was give the copper a final polish. Just, you know, I think it was about a week ago that I polished this, and just handling it for that short amount of time, it already started to tarnish where my fingers were. So I just wanted to go ahead and go over it again and give it one more polish on the block and the bars here, the brushes. So everything's polished up and ready to go on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get it all bolted on, And I don't think I'm going to film that part of it because you've seen me do it before and you know how it all goes on there. I just want to get down there and get it done. And when I come back, we'll focus on getting the oilers mounted onto the table, okay? So let me get started on this and we'll come back, okay? Okay, last step of the phase is to go ahead and get the oilers on. So that's what I'm about to do now. And I'll have to kind of give these things a final, I'll have to give these a wipe down after I'm through because it'll, you know, my fingerprints getting all over them, that kind of stuff. So, I think that one's seating good. So what I am going to do, what I have decided to do, okay, is I'm going to put these on there. I really like the way that these oilers have turned out that Brad has done for us. Whenever I put the shaft in there, I went ahead and pre-lubed the shaft and the bushings. Put a little grease at the bottom for the oil seal. I don't think it needs any lubrication anytime soon, so I'm gonna leave these things dry for now. And at this point, I don't know when I'm gonna put any oil in them, but I want everything to try to stay nice and shiny for a little while. I know it won't take long. It's going to start, everything's going to start deteriorating, but let's try to keep it looking good for a little while, right? Using my new little stubbies. They're pretty fresh, so they shouldn't be leaving any major marks on the brass here. That feels pretty good. Look at that. Give you the panoramic view. You know, and I hit that thing, the little manifold piece, it's pretty well straight up and down. That's looking good on that one. Okay. I didn't have any leaking problems with these whenever we were doing the test run with them, and both of them so far feel like they have pulled right back up to where I had tightened them up before. But we're not going to be worried about any leaking right now. Come on. Oiler is 11/16. The manifold's 5/8. Okay. Got to tweak this one just a bit. All right, I think that's pretty well. Just a touch. Okay. This is just the view from where I'm sitting. Just hooked up the oilers there. Okay, that's looking nice. One last feature. That's the logo. Well, I'm on the last phase right here, and I'm getting ready to mount this A-Bomb 79 logo. And I was just picking my spot, and what I decided to do was kind of center it somewhat in between the oilers and opposite of the T-handle. It's actually in line with the copper grounding block here on the front. So everything's looking pretty good. I'm just trying to just center it. Looks like it needs to go this way just a touch, but it's pretty good. I'm kind of liking that location right there. It's low enough there so that whenever you're standing and you're looking at it, you know, and you get up kind of close, you can still see it well. And to me, it looks pretty well proportioned between everything. And it's opposite of the T-handle there. So I kind of like that right there. That's where we're going to go with it. I'm just going to make me a couple marks right here with this little carbon stick. And what I want to do, I'm going to try hold this right there, and I'm going to punch it that'll be one. Alright, I got a mark there. So what I'm going to do, I've got some, what I decided to do, instead of using the spiral nails, I went and bought some of these stainless panhead screws, Allen panheads. I got them cut to the length that I want, and we're going to drill and tap it. These are 632s. So I need to find another center punch and punch that. I'll drill and tap it right here by hand. I'll screw that one in to hold it, and then I'll punch the other side, and then we'll repeat. Alright, got the hole drilled, and I'm going to tap it. I'm going to try out this little Eclipse tap wrench that I had bought at the flea market. Alright, we got that first one drilled and tapped. Alright, screw works. Okay. So let's go ahead and first one in there. just standing back, just looking at it, and it looks nice and level. Okay. Go ahead and proceed with the other side now. Spiral fluted tap. All right, guys, getting ready to mount this sucker on here. There it is. Gotta just do a little buff and get the fingerprints off of it. I already polished it before I started. Oh, it's finally on there. All right, let me, I gotta get my mess cleaned up. See, I got my tools and I gotta get them chips off there. We're finished. We finished it off, guys. It's ready to go. I can't believe we did it. We finally got here. I'm very pleased at how this project has turned out. I've had a lot of fun building it, and I've had a lot of great support along the way. We've had a lot of guys just really enjoyed watching this build, and a lot of people that's contributed to the build, and it's just been fantastic and it's awesome. And we've got a nice, useful table here that we can use in the shop now, man. Not only for welding, but just another small workbench that we can move around the shop wherever we need to, and have it and use it. But man, I'm really happy the way it turned out. Everything is pretty much just like I wanted it, and it's solid. Got a nice spinning top on it. We've already tested the ground, and we know that works. By the way, I know I had some guys that wanted me to check it with a meter. I haven't ever put my hands on one, so maybe that'll be another clip down the road. We'll play with that. I don't have any immediate welding that I'm planning on doing anytime soon, but I mean, if we get a chance, we're going to do it over here. But everything looks great, man. I'm really happy with it. The only thing that I am not happy with is this enamel paint that I went with, but I made some mistakes. I told you I'm not a painter. I don't do it professionally. but I can, I can put down some paint and make something look halfway decent. But I messed up on the bottom there, so I do have plans to come back to this later and fix the bottom side here, the top of the base plate, and repaint that and make that look a little bit better. But I had made a couple mistakes on it, and but I was just ready to get this build done and get this completed so we could finish off the video series and start moving on to other things. Okay, so like I said, we'll come back and we'll revisit that paint issue down there. But I'm real happy with it. It looks great. I think the logo turned out just really cool. So we got to thank Keith Finner on cutting that out and making that. And then we had the the chrome plating done. Buddy Moss helped by getting the chrome done up there at Tri-City Plating. And we got the oilers that were donated from my friend Gil. And Brad Jacob did all the nice polishing on them. The shape of the base plate was drawn up by Tom Lipton over at Ox Tool. He helped me with that design right there, as well as the copper that we used for the grounding system. He donated the copper for that, and he kind of helped me with that idea a little bit on how the ground system was gonna be made up. And some of the design features were incorporated because of the viewers that watched the show. Remember, I was originally going to weld the column to the base plate, and a lot of guys said, hey, why don't you bolt it to it? So we incorporated that design. So that was something that we did there. And I just, at this time, I can't think of everything that we did that was a little bit different, but I remember I added an oiler at the bottom of it also, and but it's done, and I'm real happy with it. And you guys will start seeing it around the shop now. Like I said, when I'm not really using it for welding, I'm probably going to keep it like right over here in this area, to where I'll have another little table in this area that I can set some tools on. And I've got some accessories that I'm wanting to build for the top right here. I'm gonna build, I got an idea to build a rod holder. That's what I'm calling it. It's gonna have some tubes to where I can put rods in it, whether it be for stick welding or TIG welding. You can put your rods in it, your wire brush, and your chip and hammer. It's not laying everywhere. We got a vise. I'm still working on the vise we'll have over here. And there's probably other things that we'll come up with later in the future on this build. A center cap for the mill. We talked about that also. So, guys, that's it, man. We're through with this, and I want to thank everybody, not just who contributed some way in this, but all of the support that I've gotten on these videos, all of the comments, the likes, constructive comments, all of it. I really appreciate everybody's involvement, and this has been a really cool series. And I'm a little scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do to top this now. I got a lot riding on my shoulders, but we'll find something. But we've all had a lot of fun with this, and again, I'm just really happy the way it turned out, and I know that most of you are too, and you enjoy seeing it. So there she is. Take a final look at it, and go back and watch all the videos again and see how it was all done if you haven't already. We show everything there on how we did it. So, all right, guys, thank you again. Thanks for all the support, all the subscribers, and all the comments. And we'll see you again on the next project, okay?